So, what alerted you to the fact that the tanks were leaking?
Well, the most obvious was I've been doing some boating instruction with the owner, and part of that was taking him down to Sandringham and doing refueling. We refueled, and obviously as you refuel, the last thing you do is you check the bilges after refueling to see if there's anything spilt into the bilge. That's crucial if you have any boat, but more so a petrol boat. Okay. So we got back here to Brighton. The isolators are down here, so you have to open all this to look, and you always check your bilge before you leave your boat. Always check your bilge before you leave your boat. We checked it that day. There was nothing there. It was just a little bit of water at the bottom, and was rainwater. And then came back a few days later. Lo and behold, there's 20 litres of diesel in the bilge. So obviously we got that out. We found that when we were doing a sea trial. You will see in the video of the sea trial we did with Lee from Maritime Mechanics. So luckily he had one of these with him on the day, one of these pumps, and we were able to pull out most of that diesel, all of that diesel. And then it's just been ongoing. We just know. And then we got the little endoscopic camera, I think they call them, or inspection camera. And we got looked around the tank, and obviously checked all the fittings first. Check all your fittings first. Don't naturally assume there's a leak in your tank, but get a paper towel around all the fittings down low in the tank. See if you've got diesel there. Don't use your hand. Don't get diesel on your skin. I can't emphasise that enough. All the fittings on these tanks, apart from the balance line, are all coming in from the top of the tank. So it's very unlikely. So my next suspicion would have been return diesel. A diesel engine only uses the diesel it requires. The rest of that fuel after the injection system comes back to the tank. So sometimes if there's a perish in that circuit, you'll get fuel leaking at that circuit. Very rarely is it the delivery lines, it's usually return lines. Because all those were dry, checked all those out, got the camera underneath the tank. Sure enough, the bottom of the tank on starboard is wet. All the rubber cushionings around the brackets, they're all wet with diesel, and the rest of the outside of the tank's completely dry. So it's leading towards either a weld crack or a pinhole due to corrosion.
So this might be a silly question.
Okay, no, there's no such thing as a silly question in boating.
But how did you know that it was diesel and not just water in the bilge?
That's the pump, by the way, not me. Right? How did I work? What?
How did you know it was diesel and not just water in the bilge?
Okay, well, as most of us know, that fuel floats on top of water. Oils float on top of water. So obviously you can see this nice yellow colour in the pump here. Most people will recognise that as diesel. Yeah, and also you had a layer of rainwater that was in the bilge. And diesel sitting on top of that. It was quite clear that it was diesel. Also, in boating, trust your nose. It stank like diesel, that was the first thing we noticed as soon as you step on the board. Was it smells a bit diesely today.
So the key things are the smell and the colour. Yeah,
colours, smells, and if you get a little bit of paper towel and you drop it down into the water, you'll see that what it is. The oil will soak up first. Yeah, before the oil will hit the paper towel first, and you just pull that out and you get a bit of a sniff on that. Just always, it's just really important when you go out in your boat and when you come back, check your bilges every single time. It's just like, it's kind of boating 101. Because if you're out there and you find out the hard way, or if you've got a little bit of diesel or fuel in the bilge, your boat comes up on the plane, that's going to all run down to the back. If you've got an automated float switch in your boat, that is then going to start pumping that fuel out to the environment. If you're in Port Phillip Bay, that's considerable fines, and yeah, you don't want to do that. There is no reason that fuel should ever end up in our bay.
But not just that, it's obviously not good for the marine life.
It's not good for marine, and also if it's a petrol-driven boat, it's not good for your health. Like when we're filling our car at the petrol station, it's just logic. You get out of your car, you turn the ignition off, you put the nozzle in the filler cap and pull the trigger. If there's a fuel leak, you're going to be like, what's all this fuel around my feet? You're going to see it. In a boat, that fuel doesn't go anywhere but the bilge. So you've basically got this nice little cell, yeah, this cell which has got now fuel fumes in it, and then you're starting your engines up. It's pretty obvious. You need to check your bilges. If you've a petrol boat and you stick your nose and you can smell fuel, that is not acceptable. I've heard people tell me that the broker just told them to flick on the engine blower. An engine blower is a fan in the engine that creates airflow through the engines, not in the engine, sorry, the engine room, which creates airflow through the engine room. And I've actually heard that said to me. The broker told me if I smelt fuel in my engine room, I should just put the blower on. If you smell fuel in your engine room, and you should always put your nose in your engine room before you start your engines, you need to know why. Even a petrol driven boat, there should not be any fuel smells in the engine room. I know it was a long-winded answer, but there it is.
Thank you very much.
Oh.